Welcome back to Living Local. Local students have an opportunity to lead and lend a hand at the same time. A 7-week competition challenges students to utilize professional skills to raise funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Today we're learning how to get involved with a scholarship program that gives back in multiple ways. Joining us in studio today we have Jacqueline Hansen. She is the Students of the Year campaign specialist. Jacqueline, so great to have you here in studio.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So how was the Students of the Year program developed in the first place?
It started about 7 years ago in Washington, D.C., and it's kind of just spread nationwide since then. This is the first year that we're hosting it in Eastern Iowa, so we're super excited about that. It's really just a way for high school students to get involved and raise funds for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society and just give back in a big way.
So this is the first year for the Eastern Iowa area.
Yeah.
Why did you guys want to bring this to our area?
It has been going on in Des Moines since about 2014, and they've had great success with it, but now it's just kind of our turn to showcase the high school students here, because we have great students here in Eastern Iowa that, you know, can make a big impact.
Definitely. Now, who can apply for the scholarship program?
Any high school students, so grades 9, 10, 11, 12 in Eastern Iowa communities.
All right. Now, when does the 7-week competition start?
It'll kick off February 2020 and will last until April, but we will also have a workshop in January. The workshop is just where staff gets together with the students and kind of goes over the program, gives some tips, and gets them, you know, ready to be successful. But yeah, kickoff is in February.
Okay, so once kids apply, they get registered, they're ready to start. What kind of professional skills will they be utilizing over the course of 7 weeks?
Sure, they will utilize a whole bunch. A lot of it is entrepreneurial skills, because they're kind of running their own campaign, marketing, they're marketing themselves, communication, they're getting out there and meeting with people, networking, and then a little bit of financial, because they're kind of handling the money as well. So there's just like a lot of different ways they can utilize skills. Yeah.
Now, what are some examples of how students will implement these skills throughout the 7-week challenge? What kind of campaigns are they creating to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society?
So that's kind of the fun part, especially with high school students, because they come up with some really interesting ways. Sky's the limit, really. That's kind of my job, is to work with them on different ideas, but some of them will do things ranging from like events, they'll do like a little trivia night, they'll do raffles, stuff in their schools, but really the main way that they do it is just through like personal asks, whether it's, we have a Facebook fundraising page that we create for them, letter writing, and just meeting face to face and making that personal ask is kind of the biggest way.
Wow. Now, what is in it for the students?
Sure. So obviously there's always something in it for the students. So the winner, whoever raises the most funds in those 7 weeks, gets a college scholarship to the college of their choice. There's also a couple other scholarships along the way that students can apply for, so they don't have to win the overall 7 weeks to get those other scholarships. And then it's also, you know, it's a good thing to put on your resume. And for a lot of people, it's just a way to give back. It's community service and kind of just get involved in something bigger than themselves. So. Yeah.
Now, if there are local students out there and they want to get involved, how can they go ahead and get the application process started?
Sure. Anyone can visit studentsoftheyear.org, and it'll kind of give you more information there. You can also reach out to me as well, jacqueline.hansen@lls.org. But there on the studentsoftheyear.org website, there's a place to either apply if you're a student, or if you're like a parent, coach, etc., you can nominate a student as well, and then I'll reach out to them from there.
Wonderful. And as we mentioned before, the competition is raising funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So for those that might not be aware, what is the mission and the vision of this nonprofit?
Sure. Yeah, it is just to research and find a cure for blood cancers, leukemia, lymphoma, you know, and also to provide advocacy for patients and families alike. So.
Wow. Now, what kind of impact do you think that these donations that these students are collecting will have on the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society?
I think it's pretty telling. When the students sign up, they are given this sign, and it says, the tagline is "signing up to save lives," and that's really what they're doing. Any little bit helps, and it's just every student has a big impact in the fight to cure blood cancer. So.
Well, I love situations like this where it really is a win-win. So the students are learning these valuable skills, and they're in the running to get a college scholarship. And then in addition, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is benefiting from all of the donations. So it's just such a brilliant game plan there. Now, as the campaign specialist, in what ways will you be interacting with the students to kind of help them along in this process?
Sure. I meet with them for like goal planning meetings. I'm always there if they have questions about their campaign, if they need someone at an event, or I give them all their materials. I'm kind of like their point person if they have questions. But there's like a lot of like one-on-one meetings that I schedule with them as well. Not a lot. I mean, I'm just there for them for whatever they really
You're
need.
there for support if they
Yep.
need you, but really they truly are doing this entire campaign on their own volition.
They're taking it, and they kind of like that. I mean, they kind
Sure.
of like putting it in their own hands and doing their own thing with it, which is so fun to see. It's so fun to see them and some of their ideas that they have.
Now, how do the students win the competition?
Whoever raises the most funds in that 7 weeks. So we'll have a grand finale gala in April, and that will just celebrate all the students, but we'll also announce the totals of the numbers that the students raised. And they can do it by themselves, or they can go in a team of up to 3. So yeah, the grand finale will announce the totals, the winner. There'll also be like a silent auction, speakers, dinner. It'll be like a fun event just to really celebrate them.
That's a whole thing.
I
this
know.
This is so exciting for students. What
Yeah.
a wonderful time. Now, Jacqueline, I know that this is the first time in Eastern Iowa that it's been happening. I know it's been happening in Des Moines, though, for several years.
Yep.
Do you know of any examples of some of the ways that the kids have campaigned? I know that you mentioned the trivia night. Anything that sticks out to you that's been super creative?
They have like a princess party. Someone did a princess party, which I personally think that was great.
Yes.
Just kind of getting a lot of people involved. They can do stuff just on their social media pages, but really like the events are kind of the most fun. Like I said, trivia night, stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, really the big way is just asking, is just having the students get out there and ask. Letter writing, because we all know that that's kind of an old way, but it's kind of an easy way as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Jacqueline, thank you so much for being here and for all the information on Students of the Year.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
All right, you guys, if you would like some more information, you can email Jacqueline at jacqueline.hansen@lls.org. We'll also have those details posted on ourquadcities.com.